So in this segment, what we want to do is to think just a little bit about the ethics of using forgiveness in a couple counseling situation. And I think a lot of the problems can come up just because partners may not understand forgiveness and reconciliation the same way. In fact, there's a lot of misunderstanding of forgiveness and reconciliation within the Christian community. So let me just kind of review a little. Forgiveness happens inside my skin, and it can be a decision that I make about how I'm going to act. And a second type of forgiveness can be an emotional change where I feel more emotional peace. Reconciliation, though, is about restoring trust in a relationship where trust has been damaged. That requires two people, and it requires two people to be both trustworthy so that they're not continuing to do the things that hurt each other, or at least, cutting way down on those. So you can see that if you as a counselor start to talk about forgiving with a couple, but one of them or both of them is thinking you're talking about reconciling, there could be a problem. So, for example, if you say, well, so we're going to work toward forgiveness, but really there's some physical abuse that's going on in this relationship, and one of the partners is not being trustworthy. One of them is hitting the other person, is physically injuring them, choking them, or restraining them, or doing something like that. And if for example, the man is doing the restraining and the physical activities, and the woman thinks, that counselor's telling me I have to go back into an unsafe situation, you can see how now this person is going to really respond negatively to your encouragement to forgive. And if you're not aware that they might have a different implicit definition of forgiveness and reconciliation, then you're putting yourself at risk for maybe encouraging a person unintentionally to go back into a dangerous situation where they're going to get hurt. So it's ethically, I think, we need to check out very explicitly with the partners how they understand forgiveness. Then we need to talk with them about what forgiveness is and what reconciliation is and what forgiveness isn't. Now, another conceptual issue is about justice. So people think about, I have been wronged in this relationship, and I want justice, and God is for justice, and I want justice. And so they may think that forgiveness is something that's opposed to justice, that I can't, really seek to get a just solution to how we behave with each other and still forgive. And so they may resist forgiveness because they're thinking that they're giving up any kind of ability to hold the partner responsible for bad behavior. They're not, because forgiveness is something that happens inside a person's skin. It's a decision, it's emotional change, two types of forgiveness. And reconciliation and justice are both something that happens societally, they happen interpersonally, they form the context in which people forgive, but they're not to be confused with forgiveness. So again, we can get into ethical murky waters if we start advocating for forgiveness and the person, thinks, well, I can't do anything to seek justice, but the church tells me I have to forgive, my counselor's telling me I have to forgive, and so I have to give up any sense of rectifying the injustices in the system. We don't want that to happen. We want, again, to talk with the people about their concept of forgiveness and about justice and what they can and cannot change about their relationship. So another ethical situation can come up if forgiveness is not in the value system of one of the partners. So if they're thinking, I don't want to forgive, that's weak to forgive. Then, that might be an ethical problem, because I've got to deal with the couple, and I can't impose this forgiveness on a partner that doesn't believe in forgiveness. So we obviously don't have the luxury of having all Christian couples with each of the spouses totally committed to Christianity. We have lots of differences as couples come to us in their commitment, into their belief system, into their values. So we have to be ethically aware of those values and that value system before we charge in just assuming that forgiveness is what this couple needs and what both of them want to bring about. One last ethical consideration is in considering divorce. If a couple has decided that they're going to divorce, and they've been working toward reconciling their relationship, but they've got to the place where they just feel like, we cannot do this. We can't keep trying to force them to reconcile if they just have decided they're not going to do this. But we can continue to advocate for forgiveness, because forgiveness does happen inside people's skin. And even though they've decided that they don't want to reconcile, they can still forgive, and that will change a lot of their internal experience, a lot of the resentments and bitterness that they have, even though they can't reconcile. So in this segment, what we looked at was kind of 4 ethical decisions that we might have to make as counselors, or at least to be sensitive to situations that come up. In the next segment, what we're going to do is to look at the Reach Forgiveness model, 5 steps to reach forgiveness, and how we might teach one of the partners how to move through that model to reach emotional forgiveness.